Hi, I'm here for the scheduled tutoring session. All right, thank you. Okay, so you have scheduled for English, science, and drama. So which one would you like to deal with first? Okay, science and English first. So for science, we've got chemistry. So, how can I help with that? Not the real reason I'm here. Well, I take it you wish to confess your romantic interest in me then? That was actually a guess, but your demeanor just gave that impression. You seemed really nervously excited upon entry, both in posture and in vocal parameters. Plus, with all of the confessions I've received in the past 3 weeks, I almost expect a confession to happen. Though I will say that your method is the most creative I've come across. In the past 3 weeks, I've had a total of 15 confessions. It started with the first one. I can only guess the issue to be jealousy, but my male peers set up a scenario where they had coerced a fellow female student to confess to me to get a reaction. Those male students did not like the conversation between me and them regarding the do's and don'ts of approaching women. So what they were trying to do is catch me in a scenario where I would easily fall for a woman and spiral into obsessional tendencies. It did not take long to find out the truth with how scared she was about her confession, and how she kept looking over her shoulder, plus the communications earpiece in her ear. They basically attempted extortion. She shared about an incident that happened in the dorm, and these guys found out when her roommate told her boyfriend about it, who happened to be part of that male group. I intervened, and those guys basically got one warning from the dean, and it's also their final warning, so if they screw up anything else moving forward, they're gone. For a time period, she and I hung out together as I taught her defensive tactics to help prevent similar incidents. We actually pretended to be dating as a means to get the heat off. Although she requested it and I shared the possible liability surrounding that particular scenario, she still insisted. But once the self-defense training was finished, we then ended the fake relationship on good terms. As a matter of fact, we're friends now. Well, according to her, I was not her type, and that's fine. Hey, let's not get into judgments. We all have different preferences. Plus, I can affirm she is not into the bad boys. Remember, it was the bad boys that scarred her to begin with. No problem. Apology accepted. So what exactly attracted you to me? Let's be a bit more specific on this. If we knew everything about each other, there would definitely be some discrepancies. Not that we could not possibly work them out. Can I stop ruining the mood? Well, there's the first discrepancy. I don't do stuff like this on purpose, but it does prove the point. Yeah, I'd say the conversation with us is similar to the others. That's not quite how I turned the others down. The others became upset that I was asking genuine questions about our compatibility. They were not happy with that, so I responded that we need to establish a few critical factors before we really get into the dating factor. They just wanted to rush into it, which I was not for. Then, as their tempers escalated, I proposed that we take a break about the discussion, but they refused and just walked away. Intellected them to death or gave them some reasonable things to consider when dating. I'm not doing any of this for fun. I've seen a bunch of my peers enter relationships for thrills, the butterflies, and all the other dopamine stimulating reasons. And then I've seen those relationships crumble in weeks, if not days. And how has the aftermath been? Gossip, slander, libeling, wars between families and friends. Even in those certain relationships, there have been fallouts between family and friends. And what has been done in our generation to correct this? What have we learned from any of this, and are we even considering those lessons and corrections? Where is the progress? So am I saying that relationships are just to be all boring with all of these restricting factors? No. And I must ask, why is it that the first conclusion we as humans come up to when we are met with scenarios that expose our weaknesses in our discipline and challenge us to be better, but we interpret those as impairments. I sense I may have overstayed my welcome. I think I should head out now. This is an issue I have to deal with on all sides, and I'm not even trying to be a hero. I'm simply taking precautions to avoid repeating the issues that I've seen with my other peers. You've seen it, haven't you? How many of our peers take dating so lightly? Some of them even seek a new partner before they even recover from the last one. And then they bring all that emotional baggage and all of that anger into the next relationship, and then the cycle just continues with discrepancies and the relationship failures thereof. And how many of those folks out there are just like those of us who see the discrepancies and want to affect change, but we're treated like the criminal? This is why I'm so cautious. This is why I ask the questions I ask and I take the precautions that I do, because I'm sick of it. Yes, it can be lonely sometimes, but I'd rather be lonely than in a toxic atmosphere. If we really do consider this, if we really are serious about this, then we need to promise to ourselves and each other that we will do the right thing in every scenario, that we will discuss our problems with the sole purpose to reach the proper resolve, that we will progress in our discipline, especially regarding our tempers, to be better stewards of our actions. Are you serious and really want to join me in this? All right, then we hold each other accountable and we tell it like it is, regardless what it is. We remain truthful. Now, are you making this statement on your own free will, under no duress? And if you do have baggage, are you willing to resolve it? And will you resolve it progressionally? Then we can give it a shot. We'll see where it goes, but let's give it a shot. And hey, thank you. So how about that tutoring session? I'm pretty sure there's some things you'd want to study with your partner.